Hi Cancer, welcome to your weekly love reading. Let's see what's going on for you this week in terms of love. The Knight of Pentacles. So this is someone that may be somewhat of a perfectionist. But it's because they want to do things the right way. They want to do things well. There's a saying about that. Something like a job isn't worth doing unless you do it well, kind of thing. This is someone who likes to do things very thoroughly. They're very practical. It could be that they seem to be slow moving, but it's because they're very patient, they're very methodical. They may enjoy some sort of writing. I'm just seeing this person writing in this little booklet, or they may enjoy literature. Who is this person? They're very hardworking. They plant many seeds that grow, you know, because they work really well, or whatever they're working on, it always grows, it always turns into a success. Who is this person? Two of Swords. They are strong. They're strong in their own position. They're strong in their sense of self. I feel like they do know themselves well. Maybe they could be a little bit stubborn at times. This coupled with the Knight of Pentacles. I'll get some more information on that in a moment. Who is this person that you have this connection with? Eight of Swords. Okay, so there's something that they may feel confused about. Could be some inner conflict going on within this person. They could have barriers up. I feel like maybe they're hiding some aspect of their true self, but it's causing them to feel bound up. Maybe it leads to conflict in their life sometimes, because people can tell that they're just withdrawn or holding things in. It could be that they have fears about shining out their true self. They feel safe in some sort of self-imposed barriers. They may enjoy working as a form of expression. Maybe they're very repressed in some aspects, so their form of expression is through their work or something like that. Who is this person? Maybe their true self comes out through their work in some kind of way. Whereas at other times, maybe that part of themselves, they hide away. Six of Pentacles. They're a very generous person, very giving, very loving. It's interesting. Maybe there's two sides of them. Maybe in certain situations they kind of withhold themselves. So there's a lack of balance when it comes to give and take in certain situations where they don't feel safe to be their true self. Basically, they hold back. But in other situations, they feel much more comfortable being who they really are, and they're naturally a very giving person. If there's some sort of conflict, or they feel sort of stuck in their life, or if they have some kinds of relationships where they feel stuck, or people have obligations, if people have high expectations or unrealistic expectations, maybe this person has a tendency to just go into themselves. It may cause conflict, but in their heart, in their truth, when they feel safe to be who they really are, and they can be childlike. They're very generous, and they love making people happy. But it's like they have to feel like they're in the right kind of circumstances to allow their true self to shine. Okay, so what is this Two of Swords about? What's this Two of Swords energy about? What's this Two of Swords about? Seven of Cups. Okay, so I feel like this person can be a bit of a daydreamer, or they have a lot of goals and aspirations, you know, that they may feel kind of stuck down here, but they want to rise up. Maybe people around them have different sort of ideas about what the future is going to look like, or people around them have different ideas about how people should live their lives. They have different goals, different aspirations, different perspectives on life, and they feel confined. This reminds me of the Little Mermaid. She has these goals, these aspirations to be like a human, to experience this whole other world out on the earth, but she's kind of stuck in the ocean. She's stuck living by the rules of her father and of the mer people, and maybe everyone around them kind of has this attitude that they should be grateful for what they have, kind of thing. But this person's feeling called to experience more. They want to reach for these different cups. They want to have different adventures. She sings, Little Mermaid, she sings that song, A Whole New World kind of thing. And I'm hearing that this person has a spiritual calling, because they're meant to assist with the new earth kind of thing, the raised vibration of this earth, but they can't do that. And she's under the sea here, the ocean, so this is like they have a lot of emotional depth, but I feel like it's being repressed because someone or certain people or society in general are just not happy, or it could be they just feel pressured to live their life the way everyone else is. But they're going, just like Ariel and the Little Mermaid, this person's always going off on their own and just has all these goals and aspirations. She wants to escape her current circumstances. This person wants to escape and just broaden their horizons, expand their life in so many ways. But what else is this Two of Swords about? It is about a crossroads. King of Wands. They have a lot of passion and desire to have all these goals, aspirations, and achieve those, but they may be feeling stifled. They may be feeling like they can't achieve all those goals, because this is like their inner child. They have all this wonder, and you know how children are so curious. This person has all this curiosity that they want to experience everything. They want to see everything, hear everything, taste everything, smell everything. They're very sensual. They want these sensual experiences and very spiritual. Just like that Knight of Pentacles who plants the seeds under the earth. You know, they want to dig things up. This is someone that may be quite mechanical, or they want to pull things apart and see how they work. They want to see what makes everything tick, makes people tick, or whatever it is. They have this curiosity. They want to dive deeper and understand all these different layers of life and experience, and they want to experience it all. They have that passion, and it's a king, so that's balance, that's that self-mastery. I'm seeing at the bottom of the deck we have the Ace of Cups. They want to find the right cup. Maybe this is someone that's very curious and has tried to experience, and they have experienced all different things. Could be different relationships even in some cases, but they're still like searching for like that Ace of Cups, and this is like the heart awakening. What's going to bring that feeling of oneness, that connection, and that deep fulfillment that connects them with this higher dimensional experience of life. This connection with you is like that gateway for them to open up, to receive and rise up to the light, free themselves and live in their passion. But they're at a crossroads. What else is this crossroads about, please? What's this crossroads about? Five of Wands, conflicts, competition. Eight of Cups, walking away. And look, this is like walking away towards the light. These are two different decks, but these are very kind of similar imagery. Going towards the light, the moon. This could be the sun and the moon. Divine masculine, divine feminine. This is water, this is earth. So kind of that yin yang and balancing that. Okay, so Seven of Cups is this connection, this new beginning in love has opened their heart to self-love. It's opened the gateway to divine love, and it's making them feel very passionate. But this Two of Swords could be conflict. People around them perhaps not liking the fact that this person is moving away from them energetically, maybe even physically. And I'm hearing this person wants to just go out and have adventure, like fighting the dragons, fighting their inner demons, fighting their fears, and yeah, having that adventure. So Seven of Cups. All these new doors of opportunity have opened up for this person. Then it moves to the Eight of Cups. This is walking away from their life or current circumstances in some way. And then the Eight of Cups, it would then be the Nine of Cups. They're walking away from something so they can walk towards their dreams, bigger goals, that which would be the Nine of Cups. And before the Seven of Cups, it would be the Six of Cups. That's meeting your soulmate. So meeting the soulmates open up so many new doors of opportunity. They're feeling called. There's this gateway to the divine that's opened up. Maybe a scary kind of path, to go down this path of the unknown towards more spirituality, basically. But they're feeling called to it. Okay, so let's look at this Knight. Actually, I want to look at the Eight of Swords, because this is kind of like this Two of Swords energy. Eight of Swords, what other information can we get about this person? Four of Swords. Okay, so this is someone that's gone through some sort of heartbreak. I feel like they didn't feel accepted for who they really are. They may have gone through painful relationships, and Four of Swords is like a healing after that. But look, this is almost like Sleeping Beauty, or they're frozen in this block of ice. Okay, so I'm looking at this. This person's frozen because this comes after Three of Swords. Three of Swords is the heartbreak card. Their heart was frozen, and this is all like this. They're waiting. These animals want to help this person. This is like the soul family trying to help heal this person after heartbreak. Heartbreak kept them stuck, maybe in feelings of not being good enough. Illusions, these are swords, that's about mind and perception. Maybe they didn't feel good enough. Maybe they settled for something less than their dream. Because they still hadn't healed emotional heartbreak. Maybe they had a really devastating breakup or something, or a love that they couldn't get over kind of thing, but then they tried to. Maybe then after that they in some cases got into another relationship with someone else, but it wasn't their dream. It was stifling them. Their heart was still frozen. After this would be the Five of Swords, so pushing someone away. It could be third parties in some cases. They're in conflict with the third party because their heart's not in it, I'm hearing. Their heart's still frozen. But when it comes to you, it's like their heart's opening again. There's like possibilities. It's the new beginning in love. Their heart opened. Okay, what else about this Eight of Swords? Ace of Swords. So yeah, this connection, I love this card by the way. This connection, and there's a rope there, is they're in their empowerment. They see, this is about clarity, sword, seeing clearly, Ace of Swords. They can see beyond these restrictions of not feeling good enough, or they see clearly. This is a spiritual awakening, and your connections empowered them as well. Maybe they were just, they'd lost hope in their life in some kind of way, so they were just going down with that ship kind of thing. Just sinking like that ship. They'd had a shipwreck and then they were just sort of lost, and whether there's a third party or not, they were just sort of drifting and like kind of giving up and feeling stagnant, bored, unfulfilled, but they'd lost hope in the divine. They'd lost hope in their goals and dreams, is what I'm hearing. So they kind of just put their goals and dreams aside and thought they should maybe just be more practical. Maybe they spent a lot of time in their work, feeling passion in their work, but maybe in other areas they're just frozen, and their spark had been lost. They kind of just let it fall with that sunken ship. But this connection is the new spark now. This sword, this is cutting the rope, cutting away these restrictions, thawing the ice. What else can we find out about this, please? What's this connection helping with? What's happening? Six of Cups. I mentioned that. I think. Yeah, we had Seven of Cups. Six of Cups. This is the soulmate card. Someone from your past returning to your life. So this could be you've known this person for a long time. They're coming back to you now. It could be that you've known each other in past lives and you've meeting each other, meeting true soul family, divine love. It was the wish coming true kind of thing. They're in their empowerment now, the Magician. The universe brought you together because it was time to come out of this kind of energy. And be in a place of empowerment. joy, freedom, healing of the inner child, coming back to victory, self-empowerment. Just want to keep looking at this card. What else can we say about the Ace of Swords, the Hierophant? Yeah, the Divine came in, a lot of clarity. Again, this person, they may like writing or studying or something like that. Look at all these. I feel like they're studying spirituality now, because they are someone that likes to learn things and have new knowledge and new experiences. So I feel like they've heard this soul calling, and they are finding out more and more and more about that. Ace of Pentacles, this is a treasure, you know. In that sunken ship, there was also the treasure chest. Okay, so I'm hearing a message that there had to be some sort of breakdown. There had to be some sort of heartbreak, difficulties in order for them to hit rock bottom. And something about that ending, that death leads to new beginning, new life, the cycle of death and rebirth energetically. And the Hierophant, it normally shows the High Priest and the two monks. So some of you could be twin flames, hearing a soul calling, and now you're in your empowerment. Okay, so what is this Knight of Pentacles about, please? 10 of Cups, 5 of Cups, Knight of Cups. Wow. So this person is investing in your connection. They're planting the seeds. They feel like potentially this could be the path forward to true fulfillment. 10 of Cups is having it all. This is the reconnection with the soul family again. This is opportunity for more growth, more movement. This is the treasure amongst the shipwreck kind of thing. It's a soul family. Yeah, they went through some sort of sadness, some sort of heartbreak. I'm hearing in some cases maybe they were cheated on or something. These 3 cups spill over, like third parties or something like that. Or it could be anything. They could have gone through some sort of bereavement or some sort of loss, any kind of loss that was really, really painful. But they didn't realise the 2 of Cups was just around the corner. That is the happy, balanced union, your connection, the lighthouse. The light was always there. They may not have been able to see the light. They may, have sunk so low, like that they were just kind of going along with the motions of day-to-day life and just not really feeling much enthusiasm for anything kind of thing. But then it's like they were making a wish for love or fulfillment, or they just had a lot of alone time, going inwards, connecting to their true self, connecting to the divine. Most would have not consciously thought they were doing that, connecting with the divine, but they were. This Knight of Cups is the most romantic. So this is someone who believes in soulmates. This is someone who believes in true love. This is someone who always believed that they were meant to meet someone like their true love, basically, the person where there'd be this very powerful divine unconditional love that would connect them more to the divine, the universe, in deep spiritual ways. So interesting. Cups, cups, cups. Just looking at all the cups that came out. Ace of Cups, Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups. So we have the Ace, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 and Knight of Cups so far. Wow. Oops, sorry. They always had this belief in meeting the one, like the Holy Grail. They may have tried to have a few experiences of that. They may have tried to find that in other relationships perhaps, but it always ended with the cups falling. But the Two of Cups was always there, like in their future kind of thing. Then we have the Six of Cups. Someone from their past returning to their life. This is the reunion card of you and this person. And it's opened up new options, new opportunities, them feeling more connected to the divine. They're daydreaming about you, thinking about you all the time. This is walking away from the lesser kind of dreams to go for bigger dreams. And if this has resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, write a comment and subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.